Hey you guys, so I'm back with another video. This is like a very simple bronzy summer makeup look, and I have beautiful Maya as my model for this one. So I thought this would be a great look on her because she has this like beautiful tan skin and this dark hair, dark eyes. So I'm gonna kind of fast forward through this stuff. It's just a little bit of Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base, and then I'm spreading that out with my foundation brush, and then I'll go in with a little bit of eye cream, and it just kind of gets the skin all prepped and ready for all the makeup that's going to follow. And before I do all that, I always start by just cleansing the face with a little micellar water, just to make sure everything's clean but not irritated in any way. So I started with the MAC paint pot in the color Indian Wood. It's this beautiful, very warm gold. So I find it looks best on medium dark and dark skins especially. And then I smoothed it all out with a synthetic blending brush. And if you look at Maya's eyelids, like you could just stop right there, throw on mascara and you're done. It's such an easy way to just like add a little bit of like shimmer and sheen. But we're gonna build it up. So I'm going in with a little bit of saddle in the crease, and now I'm just starting to build along the lash line. And you'll see kind of how this transpired. I started and I was like making a really thick wing, and then I was like, no, that's not what I want to do because I want the lid to really show. So you'll see like how I kind of fixed it. And this is like a good way to see that like sometimes your makeup during the course can take a wrong turn and you're like, oh, I didn't really mean to do that. But what I ended up doing is I just blended out that black gel liner, and then as I go back with a gold eyeshadow, I'm going to kind of cover it up, because once I saw this, I was like, no, that's not what I wanted. So you'll see how it sort of like I change it and go in the direction that I did want to go. So in the meantime, I'm just smoothing out the crease, and I've built up that gel liner a little bit to the outer corner. So you're getting sort of like a smoky wing at this point. And then I go in with a little bit of a Q-tip, and I just kind of like blend out the edges because I don't want it to get like too much too fast, especially when you're dealing with like a younger client or somebody that doesn't want to wear too much. I just go in and it's sort of like a nice way to like blend it out, give the brow bone a little bit of space, and just sort of like make sure there's not too much product on the eye. So I went back and I did the second eye. We're just kind of catching up, fast forwarding. And now I'm doing a very much smaller, smokier wing on the outside, and that's really kind of where I wanted to go. So for now, we're gonna put the eyes just to the side, and we're gonna go and do the rest of the face. So I just cleaned up anything that dropped down. There really wasn't a lot of fall down because I didn't use a ton of shadows. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna kind of clean up the brows. And I say clean up, meaning like I'm just gonna make sure that they're filled in and they're smooth and there's no patches where there's no hair, and they're as thick as I want, and they're as, tapered as I want, that sort of thing. So I go in with the dark brow pencil. This is Stud by MAC. It's a nice dark one, perfect for Maya. And then I went in with a little eyeshadow over that, and I just did a little black and brown, mixed it, and that was like the perfect color for Maya. So now I'm applying NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. And this one I really like. Since I went to the NARS store and they told me to use my hands, it's been like mind open, just completely eye-opening, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm just blending it in, and at first I thought it might be a little bit light, but if you look at Maya's neck, it matches pretty well. I did go and I added a little bit of the Radiant Longwear in Stromboli. This color, by the way, is Barcelona in the Sheer Glow, which I think matches Maya pretty well, but I wanted just a little more warmth, so I added just a little dash of Stromboli. And now I'm just blending it, and I'm going down the neck, I'm going up to the hairline, I'm going even over the ears. If your client is wearing earrings, just cover their earring with like your fingertip and then go right over so you don't, get any makeup on their diamond earrings or their whatever they're wearing. And I'm just blending it in. So I started with my hands because the warmth of your hands really is great with these foundations. And now I'm just going over with a brush. And this is just going to ensure that it's all like buffed in and it looks like skin and you don't have too much product. If you have like too much foundation on, it just looks like almost like slippery. So we didn't want that. So now I'm going in with a little concealer. This is actually another NARS product. I'm kind of on a NARS kick right now. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is the color Cafe Con Leche. And I'm using a concealer brush for that since I'm going on a client. And then I'm going in with a dampened beauty sponge, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to drag it away because that would defeat the whole purpose, but I'm just kind of like pressing it into place so that there's not too much product, it's blended in. So now I'm going in very lightly with Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and this is the color Medium Tan, and I'm using that to set the makeup. And then I'm going in with the dark, it's just called Dark, it's the Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark, and I'm gonna add a little bit of dimension, and I'm really gonna use that as like a bronzer. So this look was really more about bronziness and, you know, looking really sun-kissed, and, you know, the eyes are kind of shimmery. And because of that, I wanted the face to be kind of glowy too, because I knew I was going to use a bunch of bronzer. I'm not using a ton of blush. I'm just going to go at the end, and I'm going to sweep over a little bit of blush on the apples of the cheeks. But I wanted it more bronzy, and I wanted it a little more shimmery. So I'm just kind of like adding a little more, and that's the thing with like any kind of cheek product, you can always add more, so like start slow and build. So now I'm going in, this is Artist Couture, this is one of their highlighters. It's a loose highlighter, and it's almost got like a little bit of like a holographic effect, and it's sort of like a little opalescent, so I thought that would be really pretty. I'm just doing the cheekbones. You can see she's got like a nice little sheen on her cheekbone and over at the perimeter of her forehead, and then whatever is left, I just kind of like brush it like over the brow bone and onto the collarbone and like onto the cupid's bow down the center of the face, like anywhere that light is going to catch. You don't need a lot of product, just like add a little bit, and it's a nice little touch. So I'm going under her eyes now with a little bit of eyeshadow. I didn't want to use like a liner pencil underneath because I wanted it to be really like smoky and soft, and then I'm adding more of like a gold shimmer in the inner corner. But then we wanted to bump it up, or I wanted to bump it up, let's be real. So I went in with MAC Feline. It's just like a very soft, blendable black eyeliner, and what I did is I just gently pull down under the eye so you can get right into the inner rim, and it just adds like a little more smokiness. She was going to an event in the evening, so I thought it would be totally appropriate. This is more of like an evening thing, although I'll do it in the day personally. And then I'm going to go in with a flat, stiff shading brush. This is the MAC 239, but anything with like a nice flat kind of point will like blend really nicely. And I kind of just take whatever's left and I kind of just smudge it into the shadow, and then it just looks like nice and smoky. So this is the little bit of blush I was talking about, and if you blinked you missed it because we didn't use a lot of blush. So now just a little mascara on a disposable wand. Everybody asks me what I use. I use Great Lash in my kit because I use disposable wands, and I don't really need like a fancy wand. I say this all the time. I just want to put some black mascara on the lashes, and you know we're going in with fake ones anyway. So I just want something to like give them a little bit of stiffness for the lashes to sit upon. So now a little bit of, I started with Whirl lip liner, and then I changed to Spice because I thought Whirl was too pink and Spice is a little more browny nude. And then I went in with one of the nice nudie colors from the Graftobian lip palette, and then just kind of filling it in. Sometimes I do liner first, sometimes I do lipstick first. In this case, I did the liner. It's usually like if you're building the lips, I might do lipstick first and then go with the liner, but I was pretty much staying true to the shape and size of Maya's lips anyway, so maybe that's why I did that. And then a little bit of like a gold shimmery lip gloss, mostly on the edges, just to add a little bit of like boom, shimmer. You got shimmer on the cheek, you got shimmer on the eyes, you got shimmer on the lips, but like I don't think it's too much because I think it's kind of soft and appropriate on every part.